What's up, guys? It's Stiff Leg. Been on a long hiatus here, but I decided to start filming again. And I thought a great first video for me coming back will be talking about, at what age should you possibly start lifting weights, okay? Should kids and teenagers lift weights? That's what we're gonna be talking about today. So, we're gonna go through our perks, go through our cons, and we're gonna give some final thoughts what you guys should do. Try to give you guys some helpful advice for all you young people out there. So, first, we'll start with perks. So, what are the perks of lifting weights here, particularly for young people? I'm talking middle school, high school. What do we gain from lifting weights here? Specifically, for most of you guys, probably gonna get into the sport first, and then you'll hear that lifting weights can possibly make you better at lifting. Lifting weights will make you better at lifting and make you better at your sport of choice, okay? In most sports, no matter what, bigger muscles are going to help you, especially if you're lifting weights alongside your sport. So, perks is undoubtedly you before lifting weights, you after lifting weights for a few months, you're gonna probably be improved on your sports. I can say for me, playing multiple sports growing up, upon starting to lift weights and getting stronger, it made those sports astronomically easier for me. From basketball to golf, pretty much any sports I was doing, definitely became faster, could jump higher, and was just a better athlete, okay? And that's me lifting weights, not dedicated towards the sport at all. Just coming back from not playing sport at all after lifting weights, being stronger, I was just immediately better at those sports upon coming back to them, okay? So, perks, it's probably gonna make us better at sports. As long as it's done the right way, of course. So, possible cons, okay? So, I'm sure that you guys probably heard the thought that, lifting weights can potentially stunt your growth, okay? There have been a lot of studies done. Recently, you guys feel free to look that up easily on Google, where it shows that lifting weights do not inherently stunt your growth, okay? But getting injured from those could potentially have downsides. So as you guys are growing, you guys have these growth plates that upon being damaged could potentially stunt your growth. So whenever we're lifting weights for everyone, but particularly for kids and teens that are still growing, it's important to do that with as proper form as possible to prevent injury. My thoughts on these cons here is there is inherent risk with lifting weights, but there's also inherent risk for football, basketball, any sport you could potentially get hurt in, okay? Wrestling, all these sports could also have an inherent risk. I don't think weightlifting is inherently dangerous. No matter what kind of weightlifting you're doing, whether it's just lifting bodybuilding style or weightlifting style or powerlifting style, I think all of them can definitely help you become a better athlete if they are done safely and properly. Final thoughts here. My final thoughts is if I could go back to being 13 to 18 years old again, I would absolutely have started lifting weights way sooner. I immediately noticed upon starting to lift weights, I immediately was better at pretty much every single sport that I did, okay? So, but there are some contingents here, okay? If you are lifting weights for a sport, then lifting weights can't interfere with that sport, okay? We gotta, monitor things, we gotta push ourselves and everything else. If you have a big game and a big basketball game on a Wednesday night, maybe don't, hit your legs and everything on Tuesday night. Give yourself time to recover, plan accordingly to those things, okay? And don't be afraid to, look things up, ask adults for that kind of advice on how to properly manage that thing. Also, I would definitely stay in a higher rep range. Stuff that's gonna not have as much stress on our joints and everything else for younger kids. I definitely wouldn't recommend, pushing into those, heavy singles, heavy triples, that kind of thing, just because we don't want to put too much shear force on those joints. Especially because you're not lifting weights to get, to be better at deadlifting or squatting or benching or something. You're lifting weights to be better at your sport, probably, for the most part. Now, if you're someone that, started lifting weights because you want to get into powerlifting or something like that, that's completely different. And I'll talk about that at another time. But for you all, the vast majority of kids that, are in school and things, they get into lifting weights to be better at their sport, okay? So with that kind of thing, you need to do lifts that are predicated to your sport. Certain things are gonna be much more beneficial for someone that's playing, football or wrestling or basketball or cheerleading and all these other sports compared to, me going into the gym doing powerlifting, or a guy or somebody else going to the gym for bodybuilding, all right? So, there's a lot of things that you can tinker with and mess with and everything, but overall, I can definitely say, as long as lifting is done properly, with good form, good technique, with managing volume appropriately, weightlifting is absolutely super beneficial to kids and teens, whether it's for sports or just because you want to be healthier. Either one of those two can be super, super beneficial. But that is it. So, you guys, I'm gonna start making videos every now and often again. And yeah, you guys enjoyed the video. And if you're new to the channel, it's your first time seeing this and everything, make sure you guys like, subscribe. If you are someone that's been subscribing to me for a while, make sure you guys tell your friends and everything, tell your family. And we're gonna try to get this channel up and running again. I'm gonna try to take time to really start putting out some content for you guys.